upon a Lammas night, when corn rigs are bonny, oh, beneath the moon's unclouded light, I held a water Annie, oh. The time flew by with tentless heat, till tween the late and early, oh, with small persuasion she agreed to see me through the barley, oh. Corn rigs and barley rigs, corn rigs are bonny, oh. I'll ne'er forget that happy night among the rigs we Annie, oh.
Robbie Burns, if you thought more of your work and less of your songs, we'd be through earlier.
Listen to this, Gil. I've just written it. Corn rigs and barley rigs and corn rigs are bonny, oh. I'll ne'er forget that happy night among the rigs we Annie, oh.
But, Robbie, there's a time for work and a time for play. And the Almighty says...
Gil, I'll warrant the Almighty likes happiness and beauty more than ugliness and dourness. He made the river air and the mountains and the trees. And man made Terbolton parish. Until man changed his methods, Robbie Burns will be sticking with the Almighty and not with the elder Mackintosh.
It isn't that I don't like a bit of fun and laughter myself, Rob. But you know, you sometimes seem so thoughtless to folk who don't know you. With feyther ailing and so many mouths to feed, the people at Terbolton think you're shiftless and selfish with all your fun and shavies.
I know, Gil, what they say about Robbie Burns. A waster and a prodigal. Why couldn't he be more like his father before him, a good, sober, industrious man? Or Gilbert, his younger brother, a modest youth. But Robert, the deal will fly away with him someday for his profligate ways, his drinking and carousing and flirting with the lasses. The lasses. Gil, the sweetest hours I ever spent are spent among the lasses. And I haven't heard the lasses complain. Corn rigs and barley rigs and corn rigs are bonny, oh. Look at Feyther. All his life he's combined the cheerless gloom of a hermit with the toil of a galley slave. And where did it lead him? I have other plans.
Are you coming home now, Rob?
Presently, Gil. After a day in the fields, a wee drop at the inn is good for a man. I'll see you soon. Good night, Beth. Good night. Corn rigs and barley rigs and corn rigs are bonny.
Come on, go on, Beth.
Good evening, my dear.
Let me by, please.
This is the first time our paths have crossed. What's your name?
'Tis no affair of yours. Let me by, please.
When a lad meets a lass on the stepping stone, do you know what the penalty is? Oh, dinna weep, my bonny dear. I wouldn't have hurt a hair in your head for all the wealth in the world. Gin a buddy meet a buddy coming through the rye. Gin a buddy kiss a buddy, need a buddy cry.
Milk a lassie has her laddie, name they say I. But all the lads they smile at me when coming through the rye.
Gin a buddy meet a buddy coming play the tune. Gin a buddy meet a buddy, need a buddy through.
Milk a lassie has her laddie, name they say I.
Yet all the lads they smile at me when coming through the rye.
Among the train there is a swain I dearly look for sell. But what's his name or what his fame I dinna care to tell.
Ilka lassie has a laddie, they say I. Yet all the lads they smile at me when coming through the rye.
Are you Robert Burns?
Aye.
I've heard of you.
Aye?
As a wastrel and a blasphemer. But a good poet for all that. Oh, good evening, Elder McIntosh.
Is the father in?
Aye, he is.
I must see him.
Oh.
Good evening, Mr. Burns. Good evening, Mrs. Burns.
Good evening, Elder McIntosh.
You doing?
I'm no other man to be telling tales, Mr. Burns, but this has gone too far. Your son, Robert, is a dangerous man. A very promiscuous man, Mr. Burns. Not only does he refuse to attend the kirk, but he waylays the lasses in the public highways and kisses them.
He's young, Elder McIntosh. I'll speak to him.
You've been too lenient already, Mr. Burns. Spare the rod and spoil the child. The chosen representatives of the parish should take him in hand.
Rob is no a bad boy, Elder McIntosh.
He's just gay and full of spirit.
Full of spirits in more ways than one. Well, I've had my say. He should be reprimanded. And I'd advise you, see that he attends meeting more regular. Good evening. Good evening. I'll see you at the kirk on the Sabbath. And you, lassie, see that your wayward brother is at kirk on Sabbath.
Rob is no near as bad as you think, Elder McIntosh.
And who are you to judge?
Aye, Elder McIntosh.
All nature swears the lovely dears. Her noblest work she classes o. Her prentice hand she tried on man, and then she made the lasses o.
'Tis strange I've never seen you at the kirk, Master Burns.
I cannot stand the dour face of the elder McIntosh, but I'll attend next Sunday if you'll be there.
Aye, Master Burns. You should go for the good of your soul.
I'll go next Sunday for the good of my soul. A buddy meet a buddy coming through the rye. Gain a buddy, kiss a buddy, meet a buddy cry. El Calette has a buddy. Fair for your honest sons a pace, great chief to know the pudding race. Well, how are you feeling this evening, Peter?
I'm not so well, Rob.
Oh.
Gilbert and I have been talking, Rob. The farm doesn't promise so well. Last season it was a failure. Who knows what'll happen this year?
We can only hope, Peter.
But we cannot live on hope, Rob.
Father's had a letter from Mr. McNabb in Irvine down on the coast. There's a chance for one of us to learn the flax trade.
If I could learn a trade, perhaps I could earn enough to support a wife.
My son, do you mean you're thinking of getting married and settling down?
Oh, Rob, my lad, you'd be the kindest of husbands and fathers.
You'd like to be a grandmother, eh? Well, then let's start counting the bairns before the wedding.
You have a lass in mind, Rob.
Don't I always have a lass in mind?
This time you seem to be serious.
I'll be glad if it's true, son. The elder McIntosh was here the other day. The elders at the meeting are upset because you've not attended of late. Oh, I told them that you took your religion from the trees and the flowers. But still, they think...
I don't fight yourself, Peter. This Sabbath I'll be early at the kirk.
Milk and lassie has her laddie, name they say I. Yet all the lads they smile at me when coming through the rye. Among the swain there is a train I dearly do tell, but what his name or what his name I dinna care to tell. Milk and lassie has
The text is taken from the 55th chapter of the book of Isaiah, the 7th verse. Let the wicked forsake his way, and the unrighteous man his thoughts. This text is especially appropriate today, when in our midst we see one who needs spiritual chastisement. When one in our parish forgets the laws of decent living, he cannot expect to go unpunished. A good name is rather to be chosen than great riches. Oh, my brother, if I could bring home to you the truth that strong wine is a mocker, if I could cause you to amend your ways and your doings, my words would not be in vain. They that have sown the wind must reap the whirlwind. Oh, my brethren, let us pray for the soul of our sinful brother Robert Burns, who has forsaken the way of righteousness.
It serves him right, all he got.
I've been waiting for you, my dear.
Man, you're no fit for human companionship. Are you coming away home, Robert?
I'll be home soon, Father.
I'm sorry, Rob. I think you'd better go to Irvine.
Aye, Gil, you're right.
McNabb will take you into partnership. It will be a good chance to learn the business.
Yes, I'll go. Good riddance to Loch Lee.
Sure.
Hasten, MacNab. The new year's in. You'll be home presently.
No fear. As long as I can hear the drucken singing at the inn, Rob Burns will be among them.
Be careful. You make no mistakes. He must not suspect what you're doing.
He won't. In the morning, he'll be so befuddled, he won't know anything.
What are you sneaking around here for? Come on to your bed. Come over here.
Ah, life here is nothing to what I could show you in the West Indies. What say, lad? Ship with me to Jamaica. There's a tropical
Sometime
island.
maybe, but no this time. Tomorrow's New Year's Day, and my partner and I are counting over the profits we made last year. I'll have some siller to send home to my father and my kin in Loch Lee.
I thought you were an adventurer.
Aye, I thought so too, John. My father's poorly. If I can prove to him that I'm not the ne'er-do-well he thinks I am, it may help him to spend his declining years in some happiness.
I understand, Rab. But let's have a real good wallywalk for Auld Lang Syne. For Auld Lang Syne, my friend, for Auld Lang Syne, we'll take the cup of kindness yet for the sake of Auld Lang Syne.
What's the bone?
What is it, Letty? Goodbye, John, and good luck.
Goodbye, Rob. A happy New Year.
Good night, gentlemen. Good night.
Good night. Happy New Year.
Hurry, hurry.
There are no profits now for Rob Burns. Do you think I should give him a little for his year's work?
Why should you? You've done all the work.
Robert. What are those books?
These, books?
Aye, the books of the firm. We're going to go through them tomorrow for a division of the profits.
There are no profits.
There were when I glanced at them a day or so ago.
Let me see them. No.
I spent a year at this flax heckling and I want my share.
I tell you, there are no profits.
Then I burn them. Then I burn them. So here I am, home in Loch Lee at last. And like a true poet, know what is 60.
I'm sorry, Rob. I didn't think MacNab would do a thing like that.
I despair of ever making a figure in this work. At any rate, I've no chance in Loch Lee.
Loch Lee's no been very kind to us. I've been thinking, Rob. The other day I saw a farm for rent at Moskeel, close to the town of Mauchline. The landlord, Mr. Gavin Hamilton, is a kindly young man. I believe he'd let us have it for £90 a year.
Well, that's less than we pay here. Let's think it over, Gil. And if Father is willing... Poor Father, how is he?
I'm afraid you'll be shocked to find how poorly he is, Rob.
Poor Father.
I'm on my way to the doctor now. He's taken a turn for the worse.
I'll go in and see him.
I'll be back soon.
Scanty means, barren soil, bad seasons. But the Lord knows best. In the weak lassie, it comes to all of us. I'm ready to go. Where's Mother?
She's gone for the minister.
Where's Gil and Rob?
They'll be here soon. Oh, Rob, I'm glad you've come.
How are you, Father?
Aye, Robbie. You're the only one of my bairns for whose future I fear.
Aye, Father.
But trust in the Lord. walk in virtue's path, shun every vice, and happiness will come to you.
It's a bonny farm, Mr. Hamilton. And right glad I am that we can take it.
I couldn't wish a better tenant, Mr. Burns.
Did Gil tell you how we were able to save the money to start the new farm?
No, how was that?
When Feather's estate was settled, we claimed the arrears and wages due to us, ranked ourselves as creditors.
Well, there's nothing wrong in that.
The folks at Tarboton didn't think so. Hey, Gil, they'd have taken every penny they could.
I hope you'll have better luck here.
Good morning, Matthew.
Good morning to you, sir. Could I speak to Mr. Hamilton, please?
Oh, Mr. Hamilton.
Your guests have arrived, sir.
Tell them over there directly.
All right. Good day to you, sir.
Good day. Who's that?
Oh, that's Mary Campbell. She's a lass from the Highlands. She's one of my dairy maids.
From now on, I'll drink nothing but milk.
But mind, she's a proud lassie. She'll no tolerate boldness from the lads. Oh, by the way, there's a wee village dance tomorrow night. Come along, both of you.
Will Mary Campbell be there?
Aye, she may.
Then we'll be there, eh, Gil?
Good. I'll look for you both. I hope your stay in Mauchline will be a long and a happy one.
Thank you, Mr. Hamilton.
Good day to you.
Good day, Mr. Hamilton.
Good day.
Now, Rob, we must make a success of this farm. You know you promised me you'd keep away from the lassies when we got here to Mauchline.
In a buddy meets a buddy coming through the rye. In a buddy kiss a buddy.
Ladies and gentlemen, pray take your partners for the eightsome reel. Good evening to you, Mr. Burns.
Good evening, Mr. Hamilton. Is she here?
There's money as she here tonight. Who do you mean?
I can't see her. It's Highland Mary, I mean.
Mary Campbell. She's away back to the Highlands.
Back to the Highlands?
Aye.
Well, folk have heard much of your singing. Will you no honour us with a song?
Song? My heart's no in a song. My heart's in the Highlands.
That sounds like a song in itself.
My heart's in the Highlands. My heart is not here. My heart's in the Highlands at chasing the deer. I'll make a song about that worth singing one day.
Aye. But Rob, come, I must introduce you to your fellow townsmen. Permit me to introduce to you our new fellow townsman and Scotland's famous minstrel, Robbie Burns.
Mr. Burns, bonny June.
Coming through the rye.
The deal's a war with exciseman. Hi, yon's a good one. The deal's a war with exciseman. Play that.
The deal come peedling through the tune and dance to war with exciseman. And Ilka wife cries all Mahoon, I wish you luck to the prizeman. The deal's a war, the deal's a war, the deal's a war with exciseman. He's danced to war, he's danced to war, he's danced to war with exciseman. We'll mak our moat, we'll brew our drink, we'll dance and sing of rejoicement. And money brought thanks to the mickle black deal that danced to war with exciseman. The deal's a war, the deal's a war, the deal's a war with exciseman. He's danced to war, he's danced to war, he's danced to war with exciseman. There's threesome reels and foursome reels, there's hornpipes and suspensman. But the best dance that came to the tune was the deal's a war with exciseman. The deal's a war, the deal's a war, the deal's a war with exciseman. He's danced a war, he's danced a war, he's danced a war with exciseman.
Man, that was splendid.
Good evening, Master Hamilton.
Good evening, Jean. Robert, this is Mistress Jean Armour, the belle of Mauchline village.
Good day, Master Hamilton. You wouldn't have teased the poor lad?
No, there's no teasing, Mistress Jean. There's no sweeter flower nor saucier flat in all Ayrshire. No, nor a better dancer either. Here's a chance to see yourself.
But you may not like my dance.
Let Jean be the judge of that.
And is your heart still in the Highlands, Mr. Burns?
It was, but it's coming back. Jean,
Yes, sir.
may I walk home with you tonight?
Are you sure Highland Mary wouldn't have mind?
It's a lovely night. Come on, let's go now.
Aye. Good night, Robert. It's been a bonny evening.
Thanks to you, Jean. I'll see you tomorrow.
Are you sure your heart's no longer in the Highlands?
You're a fine poet, Robert. Every poem's different from the last. They're each better than the other. You should have them printed.
I, a farmer, have my verses printed. Who would want a farmer's writings? Now, if I were a scholar and gentleman like yourself...
The rank's nothing. A man's a man.
Wait. You give me an idea. For all that and all that, A man's a man for all that. I'll go home and write it now.
A man's a man for all that. Aye, there's the theme on which you'll write a noble poem.
Good night, Gavin. You're a great tonic for my inspiration.
Dinna forget, a man's a man for all that. Good night.
Good night.
Robert,
Jean, what you doing here so late?
I was waiting to see you. Father knows about us. He's awful angry. He says no daughter of his shall be seen with us. I cannot tell you what he called you.
I have a good imagination.
What shall we do?
Jean, do you love me?
Oh, Rob, you know I do.
Enough to give up home, friends, and everything?
You're asking me to marry.
Aye, my dear, will you?
You know I will, Rob.
You know, I'm no beholden to the kirk. You know they'll hear none of me.
I'll marry you just the same. But if you're not beholden to the kirk, how can we?
We'll ask Gavin. He'll tell us.
I tell you, Rob, there's no need for the kirk. The law of Scotland says that if a man and woman once acknowledge their marriage before witnesses, they're as much wed as if they'd been married before any minister in the kingdom.
A Scotch marriage.
Could we not be married tonight?
You see how much she loves me.
I dare not go home. The father's so angry.
All we need are witnesses. Wait here, I'll not be long. I'll go to see if there's any servants in the hall.
You're sure you'll no regret this, Jeannie?
Will you?
Do you doubt that I love you?
Robbie.
Here's Meg and her cousin Mary. You remember Mary, Robbie?
Aye. Highland Mary. How do you do?
Come away, come in and take your places over here. We're going to have a Scottish wedding. Now, Meg, Mary, I want you to witness that Master Robert Burns, bachelor, and Mistress Jean Armour, spinster, acknowledge themselves to be man and wife. Do you not, Rob?
Aye, that I do.
And you, Jean?
I do.
Then, by the law of Scotland, I declare you man and wife.
Are we really married?
Aye, you're legally married.
And tomorrow we can tell Father.
Aye, we'll tell him tomorrow.
Rob.
Mary, away and prepare a room in the north wing for the bride and groom.
Wee, what are you waiting for?
Yes.
And now I'll prepare a paper that you can show to Mr. Armour.
Oh, thank you, sir.
It may not be according to the elders of the old party, but it'll be perfectly legal.
This document is no marriage. I deny it. I repudiate it. And you.
But, Mr. Armour...
You think I'd let kin of mine marry a wild, worthless libertine like you?
Oh, Father.
Silence, Gerald.
But, sir, she's my wife.
She's no your wife. My daughter's too good for the likes of you. A penniless good-for-nothing. A village rhymester with no substance. Get out of here.
But Jean and I are man and wife. That paper I gave her.
Oh, if that's all you think that is binding you, here's what we think of it. No, be off, before I hear the law on you.
You want me to go, Jean?
I will. I think perhaps you'd better go.
I agree with you, Rob. She's your wife and you've the right to her. But the elders of the kirk will stand by our man.
If there were only some place we could go, some place I could take her.
Aye, that would be the best way.
One place I've thought of. Jamaica. A sailor lad Nervin told me about it. There'd be great chances there.
Jamaica's a long way off, Rob. And it takes money to get there.
I know, and I haven't any way of raising it.
Have you never thought of selling your poems?
Who'd buy my poems?
There's a printer I know in Kilmarnock. John Wilson's his name. He'd do the job. And we can raise the money by subscription.
Who can I ask to buy the poems that I've flung about so freely?
Leave that to me. I'll start the subscription to the issue, and I know plenty that'll follow.
Gavin, you are a friend indeed. Mary, why did you come into my life when it was too late?
Is it ever too late, Robert? I heard in the village this morning that Mr. Armour had asked the minister to give you a certificate of bachelorhood. And the minister said he was willing if you'd apply for it yourself on Sunday.
They want me at the kirk again, do they? Well, they'll know Amy. I'm going away, Mary. I'm going across the sea, and I'll never set foot on Scottish soil again.
Oh, you don't mean that, Rob. Why, there's no truer son of Scotland living. Your heart's here. You're as much part of Scotland as Wallace or Bruce. You don't want to be a bachelor again?
Aye, I do now. Why do you take this kind interest in me, Mary? Why, we've hardly spoken before.
I've seen you. I've read your poems. Some people know each other the first time they meet.
I feel I've known you always.
I must go now, Robert.
All right, then.
You know, Robert, I go home tomorrow.
And I to Kilmarnock to correct the edition of my poems. Just think, Mary, my poems are to be printed.
Why not? There's no better poet living in the whole of Scotland. Robert,
Yes, my dear.
will you miss me when I'm away?
You can ask that. These last 2 weeks seeing you every day are the happiest I've ever known. Oh, my love is like a red, red rose, its newly sprung in June. Oh, my love is like a melody that's sweetly played in tune. As fair art thou, my bonny lass, so deep in love am I. I will love thee still, my dear, till all the seas gang dry. Till all the seas gang dry, my dear, and the rocks melt with the sun. I will love thee still, my dear, while the sands o' life shall run.
That's beautiful.
Wrote it for you. And fare thee well, my only love, and fare thee well, my dear. And I will come again, my love, though 'twere 10,000 miles. Mary, beside this brook, you on one side and I on the other, let's swear by earth and water and air, and the fire of the sun, to be faithful unto death.
I, Robert, I swear to be faithful unto death.
And as sure as my name's Wilson, you couldn't get a better job done in Edinburgh than here in Kilmarnock.
It's wonderful to see a copy of one's own poems actually in print.
And here's a list of subscriptions. Aiken and Ballantyne of Ayr, Muir and Barker of Kilmarnock.
At least I'll hear enough to pay for my passage to Jamaica.
Is it true you've been offered a position as bookkeeper?
Bookkeeper or slave driver, it doesn't matter. At least I'll hear a chance of earning some money regularly.
When will you be returning home to Markland to bid your friends farewell?
If I return, old Armour threatens me with jail. Why, the Lord only knows. I've given him his will. I'm separated from Jean. I'm a bachelor again.
Good morning. And how is Scotland's greatest poet today?
Good morning,
Good morning.
The first book,
just from the press.
Congratulations, Rob. I'm sorry on this day to be the bearer of sad tidings.
What is it, Gavin?
This morning I received a letter from Markland.
Mary Campbell, returning after visiting her parents, stopped at Greenock to attend her sick brother, caught the fever from him, and died.
What's the good of it all? Mary, Mary.
Rob, don't take it so hard.
Thanks, Gavin. It'll be easier to go to Jamaica now.
You can't go to Jamaica. You're coming back to Markland with me.
I can't while Armour's warrant holds good.
He's taking it back. You're free to return home. You're a father, Rob.
Father?
Aye. 2 wee bairns. Jeannie wants you to come home to her.
I cannot believe it.
You can't go to Jamaica now.
No. I must go back to Markland with you.
Good.
Aren't they bonny, Rob? They're going to look like you.
They're too young to look like anyone yet.
Rob, I think yon wee fella on the right knows you.
And why shouldn't he know his own father?
More than his grandfather does.
Well, Rob, your ill luck is past. Your future's assured. Only think, Mistress Burns, they want him to go to Edinburgh to become a lion in the literary world. There's an article about him in the Edinburgh magazine. You should be proud of him.
I'd be proud of me young bairn if he hadn't written of this.
You must forgive, Favour. Know that you're going to be a success. Perhaps you'll consent to our marrying again.
You'll have to. What do you say, Jeannie? Do you think I should go to Edinburgh? A poor ploughman among all the great in Scotland.
Aye, Robert, and you'll be the greatest of them all. And when you come back, Favour can't refuse to let us be wed in the kirk.
Flow gently, sweet Afton, among thy green braes. Flow gently, I'll sing thee a song in thy praise. My mare is asleep by thy murmuring stream. Flow gently, sweet Afton, disturb not her dream. Thou stark dove whose echo resounds through the glen, ye wild whistling blackbirds in yon bonny den. Thou green-crested lapwing fly screaming forbear, I charge you disturb not my slumbering fair. Thy crystal stream Afton, how lovely it glides, and winds by the cot where my Mary resides. flowers, she stands like clear wave.
Robbie, that's a masterpiece.
A beautiful song, Mr. Burns.
We're all proud of you, Robbie.
Mrs. Dunlop was telling me that she was just recovering from a long and tedious illness when your book of poems was first sent to her.
I trust it didn't throw you into a relapse, madam.
Rob, I'm sure our friends would like to hear one of your latest poems. What happened to A Man's a Man for all that? You remember?
I've written a few verses on it.
Oh, please, recite them to us.
Oh, didn't I think it would be wise to recite such a poem here?
Oh, surely your poems could be recited anywhere, Mr. Burns. Now I insist that you shall recite it to them. Ladies and gentlemen, our illustrious guest, Mr. Robert Burns, will now recite to us one of his latest poems.
Is there for honest poverty that hangs his head and all that? A coward slave, we pass him by. We dare be poor for all that. For all that and all that, our toils obscure and all that. The rank is but the guinea stamp, the man's the gout for all that. What though on hamely fare we dine, wear hodden grey and all that, give fools their silks and knaves their wine. A man's a man for all that. For all that and all that, their tinsel show and all that. The honest man, though e'er so poor, is king of men for all that. To see yon birkie cod a lord, wha struts and stares and all that. Though hundreds worship at his word, he's but a coof for all that. For all that and all that, his ribboned star and all that. The man of independent mind, he looks and laughs at all that. A king can make a belted knight, a marquis, duke, and all that. But an honest man's aboon his might, gid faith, he manna fa that. For all that and all that, their dignities and all that, the pith of sense and pride of worth, are higher ranks than all that. Then let us pray that come it may, as come it will for all that. That sense and worth o'er all the earth may bear the gree and all that. For all that and all that, it's coming yet for all that. That man to man the world o'er shall brothers be for all that.
Splendid, Robbie. That will be one of your most famous poems.
And will probably do the most good.
Well, Mr. Burns, welcome back. I've read grand things about you. Man, we're proud of you.
Have you nothing to say to your daughter, Mrs. Robert Burns?
Well, Mr. Burns, now you're so famous, I didn't think you'd want to marry Jean.
If the truth were known, we were never unmarried. So if it'll make you and the town of Mauchline any happier, we'll be remarried in the kirk.
Good. That's as it should be. Jean, you have my forgiveness and my blessing.
For the third year, we've now been successful. I'm sorry, Jean. As a farmer, I fear I'm a failure.
Next year you'll do better, Rob.
So we said last time and the time before. Some creditor, I suppose.
Why, Master Hamilton.
Gavin, my friend, how are you? You're a sight for sore eyes.
Jean, how well you look.
Thank you, Master Hamilton.
Take his hat, Jean. Come and sit down, Gavin.
So this is where you've taken yourself.
Where Jean and I wanted to be.
It's not fair, Rob. You're working too hard in the fields. You're forgetting all the finer things of life. Your poetry will suffer.
Oh, I managed to scribble a bit.
Rob, I've come to you with a proposition.
A proposition?
Yes, it's a chance of a steady income and a nominal work. We want you to become the excise man for the county.
You mean you want me to be a snooper, a gauger?
No, you won't have much snooping to do. There's very little illicit liquor in this part of the country. But it's a steady fee.
What do you think, Jean?
What's the fee?
£70 a year. But there's one condition. You'll have to move to Dumfries.
An exciseman, a snooper.
It's a government job. There's no shame in it.
It's £70 a year, Robert. And think of the bairns.
You're right, Jean. I'm awfully grateful to you, Gavin. I'll accept it.
Good. I'm sure it's best for you.
Meg, are you mad? Don't you know I have the most delicate nose in all Scotland, and it's liquor that I smell?
Oh, Mr. Burns,
I've
you
come here
wouldn't-
to tell you, woman, that I'll be back with the supervisor within 30 minutes.
Thank you kindly, sir. You'll not find anything here.
We'll see that we don't.
No, sir. Good day, sir.
Good day, Meg.
Thou lingering star with lessening ray, that loves to greet the early morn, again thou usherest in the day, my Mary from my soul was torn.
What you reading, Jeannie?
It's your latest poem. It's lovely, isn't it?
Aye. Thou lingering star.
I know, Rob. It's October, the month that Mary died. Is that why you've been brooding?
No, Jean. I loathe being an exciseman.
You're sure you've not been drinking overmuch?
No, Jean. I'm sick and tired. I'm a snooper, a government spy, and all my friends are shunning me. In this last year, I've lost my mother. We've lost our daughter. You've been a good, sweet, bonny wife, Jean. And I'm no worthy of it.
Do you think it would be better if I went back home to my folk for a while?
You mean leave me?
Or just for a wee while? Till after the bairn is born. Just you'll look after you while I'm away.
I'd like fine to look after the bairns while Jeannie's away. Why don't you go down to Brow for a few days? The sea air'll do you good.
I will.
You're a kind neighbour, Jessie. And if you both think it's best for me, I'll go. mug of ale, please.
A mug of ale for Mr. Burns. We haven't seen you lately.
I've been away at the sea. I'm not feeling so well. It's strange how they all turn against me.
An exciseman is no so popular, Mr. Burns.
But man must support his family.
You fear your politics, too.
They say you're against your own king.
I'm against all tyranny and slavery. If the king is just, then I'm with him. If no, then I'm against him.
Give us a hand here. He's fainted, Duncan. Send for a doctor.
It's my hand. Take me home.
Jean.
Would you like me to send for Jean?
No, Jessie. She wouldn't be able to come. Poor Jean. One life going, another coming. The Burns. Where are they?
I've just put them to their beds.
Who's going to provide for them?
Oh, don't pass your soul, laddie.
What commands have you for the other world?
Hoots, Robbie Burns, you've a long life before you yet.
Then I try to fool me, Jessie. I've laughed at the deal all my life. Perhaps he'll hear the last laugh after all.
Good evening, Tim.
Evening, Duncan. How's our poet friend today?
He's very low, the doctor says. I fear for him.
Aye, and him so young.
Aye, only 37. I think we've been too hard on him.
Maybe I think you're right.
Come on. Let's sing Auld Lang Syne together. Maybe he'll hear us and he'll know we're thinking of him.
Maybe it'll cheer him up. Come on, Tam. Come on, Ginny.
Good old acquaintance be forgot and never brought in mind. Good old acquaintance be forgot and old lang syne. Old lang syne, my dear, old.
I fear I've been a failure, Jessie. Tell Jean I couldn't have waited. Should old acquaintance be forgot, I'll be forgotten for the winter's snow.
You'll never be forgotten, Robert Burns. In the heart of Scotland, you'll live forever.